Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday to all of you. This is the day when I would love to show you the clips as I was doing this recently. However, my computer is in the service place. It was about time to do some checkup and clean it up. So probably for the next few days I will be recording video like I used to for quite a long time. And it feels actually much more connected to you guys because I am recording this as if I am calling you and talking to you in person. So I would like to start this video with some words from a man that some of you probably heard of, even though he's no longer with us. He passed away in 2021. When I started my YouTube journey, and that was in 2020, during Schmovitz time, I came across this person. His name was Robert David Steele. He was an American citizen and he used to work for CIA. And I remember many videos that I watched with him and the statements that he was making and the evidence he was showing, and also from his experience about human trafficking and about the corruption in US government. And I came across a video this morning that, I pay attention to those things. I believe that nothing is a coincidence, that everything comes to us and we choose what we do with it. And it's a form of a sign. And I decided to read you the statements that he made. I think it was in 2020. This was actually, I think, before the presidential election in 2020, as he was believing that Trump will take care of those things then, and I believe he will take care of those things now. I'm certain he will take care of those things now. I'm gonna read you his words, and what I will do today, because I don't have this option, I don't have computer with me to show you the clips, and I will not be connecting that, also putting this in the description box. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, if you go to my stories, every video that I am referring to will be posted in the stories on my Instagram. That is @AniaK_44. So let's start with this, and then we will get to some other news of the day, actually of yesterday mainly. Let's start with his statements, because I believe this is what is coming in a very, very near future. So Robert David Steele. Some people questioned him, but the statements he made definitely opened eyes of many people. So let's read this. He says, "We have it all. All of the illicit wealth in the world has been tracked by the National Security Agency for the past 15 years. We know now, beyond the shadow of the doubt, that the Wall Street has stolen $100 trillion US dollars from the mainstream with naked short selling. We also know that Wall Street has washed $100 trillion US dollars in dirty money from trafficking in children and women and drugs and guns and gold. I can never tire of saying that 90% of people in the US government, US military, and the US intelligence community are good people trapped in bad system. The CIA serves the deep state. It does not serve the American public. And CIA in particular has been doing torture, drone assassinations, regime change, helping with the Star Wars based on lies, all because of wars, trafficking in humans and drugs are a profit center for Wall Street and the deep state. And once the president gets into the NSA and processes 100% of what we have in NSA, we have every single one of them, we have every single one of you by the balls." Now he speaks to those people who were part of it. "You cannot survive this. You have one out. the truth and reconciliation out, is made a deal, or motherfucker, you are going to die. And I think this is exactly where we are at this point, because we are going to have a lot of audits. I think the next audit that everyone is looking for is the Fort Knox, you know, the place in United States, which apparently is supposed to have lots of gold there, right? And I think this will be streamed live very, very soon. I think the last audit was done in 1974. That was the last time Fort Knox was audited. Yes, I have this correctly. So if this happens, and I'm pretty sure it will, that Elon Musk and Donald Trump, President Trump, will go in and live stream, imagine the views around the world, what's happening there. And then the question is, the gold they find, will this gold be legit, real gold, or this is just painted in gold color, right? Which we wouldn't be surprised. But that's what's coming. And I have another news here. So let me see, right here. American Defense Department. Boy, oh boy. So let's start with this. American Defense Department will cut civilian workforce by 5 to 8% starting next week. So this coming week. Sorry for shaking because I'm holding the phone. And apparently about 45,000 jobs will be reduced, since the Defense Department employs 900,000 civilians. Pete Hegseth, who is the Defense Secretary of US, said, quote, "It is simply not in public interest to retain individuals whose contributions are not mission critical." So this will be the next week. We will also have a visit of Macron in United States, I believe, as well as, I think, Starmer supposed to go there. So the president of France, the creature, is coming apparently to White House. We will see how that will go. And as Dodge is going through this process of checking every single department, what's going to happen when they go into the Department of Defense, the level of corruption there, and also into Fort Knox, and also into CIA and many other places. I think what Robert Steele had said, this is the moment when we are witnessing all of this. Now, many of you know that Sikorski, thank you USA, after Nord Stream pipeline, poof, he is the foreign minister of Poland. He is, I think he's coming back now, but he was in United States. He met with Marco Rubio. And he also was present during the CPAC conference. And Trump made some acknowledgement of the guests, okay? So I will post those videos on my Instagram. Sorry guys, I'm just checking the pages here because I put it out, so just give me a second. Okay, so there is a video in which President Trump is addressing the guests, and one of those people in audience is President Duda, right? As Lukashenko calls him Dudu. So he's there in the United States, very, very happy that Trump acknowledged him. So I tell you first what Trump said, and then I tell you what I think. So Trump says this: "We are also honored to be joined by President Duda of Poland, who is a fantastic man and a great friend of mine. And we've got 84% of the Polish people who voted for us. You must be doing something right by hanging out with Trump." So this is the video you will see in my Instagram stories. What I think of it? I think of it, he doesn't give a bleep about Duda. He's absolutely not his friend. He's just saying this out of courtesy because Duda is physically present there. What he really cares about is this 84% of Polish population who voted for him. And I know that I have some Polish friends who live in the United States who definitely voted for Trump. So, in my opinion, Trump is not stupid. He knows exactly what's going on. But he's making those statements because they are there, so he's not going to say, you're schmuck, you showed up, or the same to Sikorski. There was another guy, I don't know who he is, it will be also in my stories, who was saying that the Polish government is wonderful. And I think he makes this assumption because the biggest NATO spender is Poland at this moment already, and he calls Poland the poster child because Poland is spending so much for NATO, right? So that person, not Trump, the other guy, I think he has no clue what really Polish government is doing at all. And I think many of those people, not all of them, but many of those people, they don't know to the exact how corrupted Polish government is. If we would have this kind of dodge going here, guys, I'm telling you, it will not take so long. It will probably take maximum 1 week and all the shit show is over. That's what I think. But I just want you to know that I am aware that they showed up there. By the way, if you watch the video meeting with Rubio and Sikorski, the body language of Sikorski and zero eye contact when he came out to see the journalist and take a photo, you can read a lot from that. Now, I want to take you to an interview that Marco Rubio gave the day before yesterday, I think that was. And this is in regards to this tension between Trump and Zelenskyy and what Rubio thinks about it. So, journalists asked this question when President Trump posts that President Zelenskyy is a dictator without election. What are you thinking? It was a very good interview, by the way. Actually, I think I can attach this interview down below in the description box so you can watch it. I recommend you. It's really good interview. Rubio says, I think President Trump is very upset with President Zelenskyy, and in some case, rightfully so. Look, number one, Joe Biden had frustrations with Zelenskyy. People shouldn't forget about it. There are newspapers articles out there about how he cursed him out on a phone call because Zelenskyy, instead of saying thank you for all your help, is immediately out there messaging about what we are not doing and what he is not getting. I think the second thing is, frankly, I was personally very upset. This is Rubio, right, saying, because we had a conversation with President Zelenskyy and Vice President, and I, three of us. So this is, he's referring to, sorry, I will go back to the interview. He's saying about that meeting that took place in Munich during the security conference. You remember that meeting? It was on Valentine's Day, February 14th, and we had Zelenskyy, J.D. Vance, Vice President of US, and we had Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State of US. He's referring to this meeting. So during this meeting, and we've discussed this issue about the mineral rights. So we explained to them, look, we want to be in a joint venture with you, not because we want to steal from you, from your country, but because we think this is actually a security guarantee. If we were your partner in an important economic endeavor, we get to pay back some of the money the taxpayers have given, close to $200 billion. And also now we have invested interest in the security of Ukraine. And he said, meaning Zelenskyy said, quoting now, sure, we want to do this. We want to do this deal. It makes all the sense in the world. The only thing is I need to run it through the legislature process. They have to approve it. That's what Zelenskyy said. Now Rubio continues. I read 2 days later that Zelenskyy is out there saying, quoting Zelenskyy again, I reject the deal. I told them no way that we are doing that. So, end of quote. So now Rubio says, look, that's not what happened. So you start to get upset by some of it. We are trying to help those guys. The point that President made in this message, in that post, is not that we don't care about Ukraine, but Ukraine is on another continent. It doesn't directly impact the daily lives of Americans. We care about it because it has the implications for our allies and ultimately for the world. there should be some level of gratitude here. There should be some level of gratitude here about this. And when you don't see it, and you see him out there accusing president of living in the world of disinformation, it is very counterproductive. And I don't have to explain it to anyone that President Trump is not that kind of person who's going to sit there and take it. Either he's very transparent, he's going to tell you exactly how he feels, he's going to work on peace because he cares about Ukraine. And he hopes Zelenskyy will be a partner in that. One sec. Flip the page. And not someone who puts out a counter messaging trying to hustle us in that regard. That's not gonna be productive here. So this is just part of this interview. It's like absolutely shit show, isn't it? But I'm not surprised at all because many times, especially Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister of the Russian Federation, said this. Zelenskyy says things depending on different things, depending on what he smokes or what he drinks that very day. So I think his brain, I think he's already bipolar, tripolar, quadrupolar, I don't know, but he's saying every day is a different day, okay? I'm laughing, but you know, actually we all up to here with him, right? So talking about Sergei Lavrov, 2 days ago, he said this: Zelenskyy's regime was siphoning off billions of military aid which could be used for vital programs around the world, especially in Africa. The very fact that the representatives of two great powers, he means US and Russia, sat down at the negotiating table and told each other what they think is seen as a betrayal of the West. That is not healthy. Those people are not healthy. And most of the people that we talk to, people from the global majority, share that view. Yeah, I mean, mentally not healthy, we know this, right? Because those are not human beings, so they are definitely not healthy. That's my opinion. I think that's all I have for you for today, everyone. I really feel a little awkward going back to this format, but it is what it is. So please be patient with me as far as my computer is going through the cleaning up process. That's very important. We all need to detox sometimes from different things. And I would like to thank you for watching the video, for hitting the like, sharing, subscribing, and leaving the comments down below. I don't have the comment of the day for you today, but in the next video I'm sure I will. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you choose to support my work, the best way to do it is by donating on PayPal, becoming my Patreon, or my local supporter, buying me a coffee, or being a member of my channel. There is such an option. And like I've mentioned before, please follow me on Instagram. And if you go to the stories, you will see the videos that I've mentioned to you. This will be Anya K _44. And with this being said, guys, lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. Have a wonderful Sunday. And I see you in another video. Bye, everyone.